everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. Hello, my friends are here. How is everyone doing? Let's see, what have I been missing? There's already a lot of I'm not even hearing there's excitement. What's going on here? I didn't give permission for there to be excitement when I'm not here. People are already talking. That's not allowed. Let's see. Okay, what do we got going on here? I'm ignorant. Hey, good to see you, friend. Oh, you're having a rough day, man. You say you sure need my meditation. Well, dude, I'm sorry you're having a rough day, dude. What's going on, man? If you feel like talking about it, I'm here to talk. I can lend you an ear. If not, I respect that too, man. I'm sorry you're having a rough day, and yeah, we will be doing some meditation. But we're gonna play some chess first. That was like the order of operations. I'm very big into order of operations. PEMDAS. How many of you remember PEMDAS from math back in the day, right? What was that? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That was like a big thing. That was a big deal back in the day, right? PEDMAS, yeah. PEDMAS, whatever. Same thing. I know it because I know how to do math. I'm an analytic philosopher, right? But anyways, okay. Let's see. JT Farms. Let's see. You say, so do I. You need a meditation too. Yeah, I know. We all need a meditation. I actually just had the privilege and honor of participating in something very meditative. This was at Inspiritus Alchemy. It's a place I go every Monday night for guided meditations, and they had a Shabbat ceremony, a Shabbat ritual, and I got to participate in that. One funny thing to note: this is kind of interesting. During the ceremony, all of a sudden we heard loud like footsteps on the roof, and Gina, the owner of the studio, went out there, and I went out there with her and another guy, Chris. And there were a bunch of kids on the roof. There were a bunch of kids like walking on the roof, like just like messing around. And we're like, hey kids, we're trying to do this like sacred ceremony. Can you like not be like walking on the roof above our heads? And then like the one kid's like, I'm not walking on the roof. And it's like, dude, you guys are all on the roof. You know, we can even see you. Like, what are you even talking about? It was pretty absurd. But then they got down off the roof and everything went well. Let's see. JT, you say, so do I. Well, JT Farms, my channel shaman. The beautiful, wonderful legend JT Farms, who made me this 102 bead mala necklace. 3 beads every stream for... we got to do the math right now, because I didn't do the math right. Let's see. So it's like 34. Like 34 streams in a row, right? 34 times 3, is that accurate? I don't know. Whatever. Basically, approximately 34 streams. All right, in a row. She put 3 beads on this for 34 streams in a row. I mean, that's pretty incredible. That's like that kind of devotion means a lot to me. Like that's like serious. That's like serious devotion. Like not many people have that kind of devotion. DCI Banks, welcome in. It's good to see you, friend. You say you like to stare at people in group meditation. I like to stare at people too, but not in group meditations. But to each his own, or to each her own, or to each, whatever pronoun you use. To each that pronoun they own their own. To each their own. You say, but they don't know that. Oh, well, you can stare at me as much as you want. Like, so I like attention, all right? I'll be the first to admit that. So if you want to stare at me, I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm a handsome man. I can't keep the women away from me. I can't keep the women away. And a lot of dudes are very attracted to me too. And now the trans community is very attracted to me. Like I got all three groups. I have people that were formerly lesbians that are now like saying they don't want to be lesbians anymore, but only for me. Like, this is serious. It's getting really serious now. So like, I just have this magnetic personality, and people are all about me these days. So I don't know. But anyways, good to see you, DCI. How are you doing? By the way, where are you from, man? I don't know anything about you. What's your preferred pronoun? What is what part are you from? The U.S.? Are you from like Egypt? Like, where are you from, dude? You don't need to tell me if it's too private. You don't need to tell me also. Kyrie, good to see ya. Kyrie, you say, hello, my beautiful human being. How are you doing? Hello to Kyrie. Let's give a big shout out to Kyrie. If we haven't done it, I'll do it. I got it. My keyboard actually decides to want to work properly. Shout out. Oh, my keyboard. It's going to be one of these days. It's going to be one of these days. Hold on a second. We got some keyboard. We got some keyboard issues. There we go. Okay. I was messing with the cables. I'm very fastidious about cable management, and I was messing with the cables beforehand, so now things are a little out of whack. Kyrie, and Kyrie is the only VTuber I even know. AEGIS. There's a big shout out to Kyrie. Kyrie's a VTuber on Twitch. Kyrie streams all sorts of gaming and stuff like that. And he does it with the VTube thing. Everyone, I don't know if everyone knows what a VTuber is, but basically it's pretty awesome. He's got like an animated character that's like his persona. You know, it's like his deal. And he's great, and he's entertaining. He's funny. He's also a good dude, and he's dating a girl from Canada, which is kind of neat. So it's good to see you, Kyrie. How's everything going with you? How's life? I'm doing good. Yeah, I just got back from this Shabbat ceremony, and it was great. Okay, all right. Where else are we at here? Oh yeah, you were joking. Yeah, I knew it was PEMDAS, but PEDMAS, whatever. You know, if you say something wrong enough, eventually people believe it. So if you just keep telling me it's PEDMAS, I'll eventually believe it. Kyrie, you say actually you're happy as you're here as well. You get like really frustrated, and you did play Dead Island 2 and embarrassed at stream by stuck 2.5 hours by slaying zombies, and you didn't pass one. But that's good tenacity, right? That's persistence is something valued, man. You were putting in the time, dude. If you're playing for 2.5 hours, that's a good amount of time. It's not like you played it once and you're like, oh, I quit. I'm never gonna play again. And I'm sure you're gonna go back to it, right? You're gonna go back to it, and you're gonna pass that point. That's how it is, you know. That's just how it goes. Kyrie, you say that necklace does look really cool. Yeah, JT Farms made this for me. It's called a mala, and she's her father was a shaman, and so he actually said that she was going to become a shaman as well, and so she has learned a lot of the shamanic arts, and she actually regulates energy very well. So she made this for me. It's pretty cool. All right, so where else are we at? Kyrie, you said you streamed 9.5 hours in total. That's a long time. That's a real long time. 9.5 hours. All right. Okay. Well, that's a long time. DCI, you say you're a male from England. So now, okay, I'm an ignorant American. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm a totally ignorant American, right? So Vipers is from Northern Ireland. So like, does that mean like you're cooler with him, or you're less cool with him because he's from Northern Ireland? Because you guys are pretty close, right? Like, I just don't know if that means like you would value, like, you know, you have like some kind of bond with him more so than like having a bond with an American, or like if it means anything at all. Like, I don't know anything about the world. I just know, like, you know, I know Chicago because I'm from Chicago. I know that, like, you know, we're just murdering each other all day, right? That's what we do in Chicago. Everyone shoots everyone. But I don't know about like the rest of the world. You know, I could have sworn there was like some bad blood between like Northern Ireland and like England at one point, or I don't know. And I don't know if it's carried over, if it's still going on. I don't know how things are going. Kyrie, you say 33 streams in a row, dude. You're proud of JT? Yeah, JT. 33 streams, or 34 streams in a row. She put 3 beads on each stream for 34 streams. That's incredible. Like who does that for a friend? Like, that's like the nicest thing that that's one of the nicest things that someone's ever done for me, to have that kind of like consistency and dedication. I mean, that's just ridiculous. JT, you are an amazing human being. And I definitely care a lot about you, and I appreciate you. So yeah, where else are we at here? Okay. Oh, Kyrie, you streamed 9.5 hours in total. So you streamed 9.5 hours. And you didn't beat that part. Well, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes we stream and we beat the part we want. Sometimes we stream and we don't beat the part. You know, that's life, right? Kyrie, you say you got also the idea that if you and your girlfriend are made for each other. You're gonna live near Chicago, dude. Chicago sucks, man. I don't know why. Don't you trust me? You don't want to think Chicago's a beautiful place. Here's what we got. We have great food. Okay, so we do have that, and we have really good museums. The Museum of Science and Industry, the Art Institute, the Shed Aquarium. We have some good things in Chicago. But like, dude, our city is going to shit, man. Seriously, you trust me. You do not want to live in Chicago. There's like a max exodus of people that are leaving Chicago. It's urban warfare. If you're like hanging out down in the city, like, you never know, you might get shot. It's crazy. It's madness. People are just minding their own business. People are literally minding their own business, like trying to get into. I saw this girl minding her own business, trying to get into her apartment, and like 10 dudes like jumped on her and started beating her up. It was crazy. Like it went viral. It's like, what are people doing? Retheus, you say you fucking love Chicago. Hey, good to see you, Retheus. Good to see you, man. I've lived in Chicago my whole life, man. But it's been going to shit, dude. I'm a diehard Cubs fan, you know. I grew up watching Jordan, you know. I'm Chicago, blood in and blood out. I'm gonna live here the rest of my life just because I kind of like watching everything go to shit. Because here's the deal. Okay, now hold on. Let me backtrack from that a little bit. I don't like watching everything go to shit. What I mean is, I like being able to go into the battlefield, into the war zone, and spread love and light to all the people that are like frustrated and anxious. So this is where I can do my work. This is where I can be of service. So that's why I like Chicago. But for most people, it's like, you come here, it's a very violent place. You never know what's going to happen. But trust me, like, at least like it's at least visit before you move here. You don't want to just move here because you're probably not going to be thrilled. You're probably not going to be thrilled with what's going on. Arethius, why do you love Chicago, man? Like what's your favorite aspect? I mean, we got the best pizza on the planet. That's one. I mean, Noger's going to say otherwise, but someone did something amazing, by the way. I'm going to show you this clip. I have a clip from Noger's stream, actually. I want to go to this, where he actually had to argue for Chicago-style pizza. And this is like one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. So he's from NYC. So, you know, there's like this big rivalry between NYC pizza and Chicago pizza. Let's see, I think top clip. Is this it? All right. Okay. Hold on. Here we go. We're gonna get this from the beginning. I gotta turn everything way up because for some reason that's just the way it goes. All right. And I like the fact that he says I'm right too. So you'll all be able to see this. Let me get this all set up. This is amazing. This is like the most amazing thing I've ever seen on anyone's stream. All right. Let's get. We gotta get the desktop audio way up too. We gotta get the window capture up. We gotta get. No, that's not correct. All right, we got to do this a couple times because otherwise it wigs out on me. All right. Then we get this, and then we get this, and then so now I get to play this game where I do this a few times, and it wigs out on me before I can actually capture the window. Here we go. Okay, all right. Now, are you ready? This is going to be the best thing you've ever heard in your life, so I hope you're ready. I hope you're all paying attention. This is Noger saying that I'm right about Chicago-style pizza, by the way. This is serious. This is very serious, all right? So you better all be paying attention to this. All right. Let's get it going.
Many things. So Agni's right, and so therefore Chicago pizza is the best because Agni is correct in this. Second, I could also say that, you know, New York pizza is actually kind of tired. This is like... It's basically a cracker with sauce. There's so many more variations you can make with deep dish and sort of a lot of other things. You can get like more sophisticated flavors and breading and all that stuff. And so you could see it as like an advance actually from the old kind of pizza. You don't like the New York style pizza is just kind of more iterations on iterations.
All right, there you have it. And I'll actually go back to the beginning of that because it was that good. I just listened to the very first part of it because that's like the big part, and he just basically says I'm right. All right, let's do it again.
So Agni's right, so therefore Chicago pizza is the best because
Agni's right. I don't know if you could all hear that. Could you all hear that even? Like, was that something that you could all hear? All right, here. Hold on a second. All right, let me stop this now because it's getting a little too much. But all right. Okay, there we go. So yeah, So I got a guy from NYC. I got a guy born and bred NYC. He bleeds NYC blood, right? And he's saying that I'm right, right? He's saying that I'm right. Well, the desktop audio is not even working. Did you guys even hear that at all? Like, what the fuck's going on here? All right, okay. Could you guys hear that? Like, no one even responded. All right, we heard it. All right, good. Why is my desktop? Okay, I think it's working. I think everything's back. All right. My microphone's a little loud. Does it sound like I'm screaming? It might sound like I'm screaming, but I scream sometimes. Mostly I cry myself to sleep at night, and I have my cat sing me sweet lullabies, and that's another story. We'll get into that some other time. Okay, all right, where are we at here now? DCI, you say, how did you find out about that clip? Noger, I was hanging out in Ann Fernal's chat. JT, could you give Ann Fernal a shout out? I was hanging out in Ann Fernal's chat, and Noger mentioned it. Noger slipped up and mentioned it. So yeah, we got the clip, and I got to show it here. So that was good. It was good though. It was an honest thing for him to do though, right? Yeah. Noger is a big man. Okay, there's the clip. DCI. Yes, you got the clip right there. I just went to I found it via a different route. Okay. I missed a bunch of shit. Okay, DCI, you say, let's see. The conflict in Ireland is a complicated one, but the Republic of Ireland want a unified Ireland, and Northern Irish want to be a part of the UK, and think so should the rest of Ireland be, but they don't agree on that. There's many other factors in play. The England and Northern Irish would definitely unite against anything outside of the UK. But internally, there is a lot of banter, similar to the North-South divide in the U.S. Well, dude, thank you for explaining that to me, DCI, because I've never known like what's going on, you know. So it's like the North-South thing. But if there was a major issue, they're gonna have each other's backs, you know. They're gonna have each other's backs. They're gonna be together if there's a major issue like outside. But internally, there's like a lot of politics, just like the North-South stuff, right? In the U.S. Okay, well, thank you for clarifying that. Retheus, you say you drink Malort out of respect. Dude, Malort. Yes, you know about Malort. I didn't know if people like outside of Chicago even knew about Malort. Yeah, Malort is it's a fucked up tasting liquor. But it comes out of Chicago. It's a very Chicago style thing. I had a friend that actually distilled Malort for a while, and it was like supposedly like he said it tasted good. But people, there's such a thing called a Malort face. Maybe I can bring it up and try to like find some Malort faces. Because people talk about the Malort face. If my keyboard's going to work. Come on, keyboard. Stop fucking around. Malort face. All right, let's see the Malort faces. All right, so this is very common. This is a very common face. Let me get it so you can all see it. All right. Yeah, so this guy right here, this is typically what people's faces look like when they drink Malort. And then you can look over here and see some of these other Malort faces. This is our current mayor, Lightfoot, right here. And yeah, they say she has a permanent Malort face. All right, so basically, yeah, these are all Malort faces down here too. You can see the guys at the bottom. It's not a smooth tasting liquor. Let's put it that way. Some people claim they like it. I think that's bullshit. I think they're just trying to be like different or trying to be cool. But yeah, it's your face is not going to look good when you drink it. All right, that's just how it goes. That's just how life goes. Okay. I don't drink Malort because I don't. Well, the main reason is because I don't drink. But anyways, okay. Let's see. Retheus, you say a Malort tastes like a bag of assholes. Yeah, right. It's like the worst tasting thing in the world, right? It's like a joke, but people drink it because it's kind of like a joke. It's like, hey, you want to taste like the worst tasting thing? Here, try this, and then you got to taste it, and you got to like try to like not make the Malort face. It's one of those things, right? It's the practical joke Chicago plays on the world. Yeah, but you know what? The face you make is kind of like the face that you'll have if you hang out in Chicago a long time. Like we start developing that face because of all the violence and chaos in our city. DCI, you say a Unicum is the worst liquor you've ever tried. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound good, man. It doesn't sound good. Retheus, you say it's pretty hilarious to you that so many bars carry. I know, but do bars carry it like in the rest of the country? Is it like common, or is it just at Chicago bars? Like I don't even know. Like I've never asked for Malort outside of Chicago, so I don't know how that works. All right, and then let's see. Oh, you made that clip, DCI. You made that clip. I didn't know. I thought Noger made that clip. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for making that clip. Yeah, Noger showed it. Noger showed it on Infernal's stream. So, like, that's how I knew about it. I didn't know that you were the one that actually responsible for it. But thank you for making that, man. That clip brightened my day. That's a good clip. Okay, Retheus, you say, I'll tell you why I love Chicago after I decry your casserole pizza, which is delicious, but not as good as NYC. See, there we go again. There we go. Retheus, even Noger, who's from NYC, argued for Chicago-style pizza. So if Noger is going to argue for Chicago-style pizza and he lives in NYC, he's come around. He's come around, right? So that gives me more credibility here in my argument. Let's see. Kyrie, you say your 1,000 follower special is a meeting going to be in Chicago. So if you move there, you know what to expect when you want to live there with your girlfriend. Well, it's so weird that you want to come to Chicago. Like people are leaving Chicago. I don't know why you want to come to Chicago. Okay, that's, by the way, 1,000 followers. That's pretty awesome, man. Congrats. Do you have that now, or you're coming up on that? I think I only have I'm coming up on 500. I'm coming up on 500, which is kind of like people say it's a big deal, right? I mean, I don't know. Streamers play these games, right? They're like, oh, we have these certain numbers are big deals, right? So then I don't really care, but like then I try to boost excitement. So it's like, hey, it's going to be a big stream, right? I mean, for my 2-year anniversary stream, I streamed for 12 hours. I won 23 games of chess in a row, right? That was pretty badass. That was fun. So maybe I could make a big deal out of it. I don't know. I don't know how it goes. Kyrie, you're almost there. Awesome. All right, let's see. DCI, you say followers get easier the more you have. Your first milestone's the hardest. Yeah, right. Like just getting like 50 followers was kind of tough, right? Getting like 50, that was pretty challenging. But then they start coming in. But here's the thing: it depends how often you stream. Like if I'm going to come on here and stream like 1 hour like twice a week, it's going to take forever, and that's kind of what I've been doing. But my 2-year stream, I streamed 12 anniversary stream. I streamed 12 hours, and that was pretty badass, right? Okay. DCI, that was the best redemption ever. I just wish I was there, man. I wish I was there. You know what? Can you redeem the same that same redemption twice, like for the same argument? Because maybe I'll go in and make him say it again just because it's like funny. I don't know if there's a stipulation on that. Do you know if there's a stipulation on that to make him argue the same point twice? That would be pretty funny. JT, you say I'm good. Okay, everything's good. You heard. All right. I just want to make sure you all heard that. All right. Where else are we at here? All right. I think we're good. Let's do some chess. So we're currently in the fitness and health community. Yeah, you wouldn't do that to the poor chap. I don't know. It's kind of funny though. Noger gives me shit about my pizza taste. Let's see, Retheus, you say you're not trolling. It's a link about Chicago pizza being bad from Jon Stewart. Okay, I have a tremendous amount of respect and admiration for Jon Stewart, but obviously he doesn't know anything about pizza if he's going to say that. All right, so we got to switch to the chess category because I like things being appropriate, right? And it's very appropriate if we're in the chess category if we're going to be playing chess. All right. And I'm going to do some instructive lessons, but we'll do some instructive lessons, and I'll play some chess, and this will be good. So let's get it all. No, that's not chess. That's the Malort face. Okay, this is chess. Okay, and by the way, I'm going to be playing anonymous chess on Lichess, so I could be getting a grandmaster. I could be getting one of the best players in the world. I could also be getting a complete noob. So we'll see how this goes. When I stream, I typically play about 300 rating points, 300 to 400 rating points lower than I normally play. So everyone should be able to see this. Yep, you can all see this, and we're ready to go. I'm a D4 player, and here we go. Let's see what he plays. Okay, Queen's Gambit. How many of you have seen that show, Queen's Gambit? All right, bring my knight out. Technically, you're supposed to bring this knight out first, but I like bringing my knight to C3 first. All right. Then we do this, just transposes and the same stuff. Now he could take at any time, and I'm gambiting a pawn. I like to get my bishop outside first, and then now I push. So now the idea is if he captures, I recapture with my bishop and I gain a tempo. Okay, so now here's the interesting part of this setup. I play this. Well, actually, hold on. There's something else I can play here because his bishop's here. I think this is a move, right? And I'm hitting the pawn. Do I take first though? This is what I typically play. Let's see. I play this. He could just challenge it immediately, but then I play this. Hold on. I'm looking at push, take, and then push, and then this. But then take. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with this route. Let's see how this plays out. If he ever takes, I even could take with my pawn, and sure, this would create some weaknesses in my position, but all right, we're going with this. We're going with this idea. So this is a pet setup. All right, let's see what he does with this bishop. My pawn's attacking the bishop. We'll see what he is. So he just backed up, right? He just backed up, right? Okay, so he's backing up his bishop. I'm simply going like this. So this is my system. There are ways to beat this, but a lot of players don't know the ways to beat this. And this is just kind of like a pet system that I've created over the years, and I like it, to be honest. I really like this setup. So we're gonna do this. We take. He'll recapture with the pawn, and then I recapture. I'm gonna castle. And then my idea is to double up rooks, get a lot of pressure here. Okay, so he did that. I guess this is fine. This pawn's hanging, so he's going to have to defend by playing that. All right, now I castle. Okay, now he might get really aggressive, like super aggressive. But the idea is this bishop diagonal is going to be super strong, right? And I can always drop my bishop back to h2 because I want to maintain a lot of pressure on this diagonal. Which this is perfect. I love seeing this. All right, so I just push out. Now he takes, and I recapture. And then I'm going to have... Now, look, I have complete control over this diagonal. This is amazing. Because he would love to get a rook here to be able to challenge it, but he's never going to be able to. Like, once his knight gets developed, I'm going to be able to come on over here with my rooks. All right, so yeah, he's like, oh, I got to get rid of this fucking piece. And I'm like, nope, you're not getting rid of this piece. I actually should have played this first. That was better, because now he has this push. He's got this push, but he doesn't really have it. All right. Let's see. Let's do which rook? Which rook to move to B1? I'm going to move my... I could also move my queen out here first. I like this queen idea first. Okay. So notice I'm preventing his queen from coming over here, and I'm attacking his undefended pawn, right? So basically, I'm going to be exerting a lot of pressure on this weak pawn, and I'm going to be doubling up rooks over here. You know, I'm going to have a lot of pressure on my rooks, and this bishop is going to support all of this because it's a beautiful piece. And he can never bring a rook over because then I trade my 3-point piece for his 5-point piece. So this is cool. By the way, what's going on in chat? How's everyone doing in chat? Don't forget the Doom music. Yeah, I know. Maybe I should play the Doom music, Kyrie. You know what? That's a good idea. Let's get the Doom music going. All right. Let's get this all set up. Gotta go to YouTube. Doom Eternal soundtrack. All right. I think this is this the one I played last time? Yeah, I like this one a lot. This is really good. Oh, I gotta show you the chess though. Hold on. Let's go back to chess. It's kind of important. Okay. So now we all can see, everyone can see, we're good. Okay. Okay, what did he do? He brought his knight out here that he's gonna drop the pawn. Really? He's prepared to just drop the pawn here? All right, let's do it. I'm threatening to take here too with check. I can't believe he did that. Maybe he's looking at this idea to attack my knight. We'll see. Okay. So now I just get my rooks developed. He might like throw a rook over here to attack my queen. I don't care about that. Doesn't matter. He's just defending his pawn. All right, so he's doing that. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so where does my queen belong? Where's a good square for my queen? Don't want to go there. Let's just go, I don't know, over here. All right. So he's trying to get active with his knight, which I don't blame him. But I'm going to get really active with my rook now. So notice my rook's hitting the queen, and he can't bring a rook over here even to challenge it eventually. I'm looking to bring this rook over here, which I'm going to do right now. And he is in serious fucking trouble. Okay, he's in serious trouble. All right, here we go. Let's get the Doom music up a little bit. This is a great soundtrack, by the way. This Doom Eternal soundtrack. I fucking love it. Okay. So he's on my queen. Where's a good square for my queen? Let's I don't know. Let's just, no, that's kind of weak. Let's do this. I don't think there's any danger. Oh, hold on. I play this. We got bishop over, and my queen is trapped. So I got to be a little bit careful. I do this, and he's got the fork. Okay, so I have to be super careful. I guess I'm coming back here. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I got to reroute my queen. By the way, I have this idea. This is kind of interesting. All right, we're feeling good right here. How's JT? Hey, Shane McGinnis. Shane McGinnis is here. Big guys. JT, could you give Shane? Oh, you already did. Just give Shane a big shout out. Shane is an awesome dude. He is a history guy. He's got a PhD in history. All right. So now we got this nonsense. Let's see. Look at that. When he pushed the pawn, he removed the defender of this one. So I'm going to break through now, and now this is going to be really ugly for him. Notice my knight is on his bishop. I just won the pawn, and I have this awesome square to hop into on D6, right? D6, he's going to be seeing D's nuts pretty soon, right? I had to get it in. I had to get it in at least once. I've never used that before. All right. So let's see. Now, do I take? I could take, and then he just takes, or I could not take. I could take his dark square bishop. So the question is, how aggressive do I want to be? I'm already up material. This is a pretty annoying piece. So let's see. Yeah, let's get rid of this annoying bishop. So I'm the only one now with a dark square bishop. So let's see. He could push, which is an option, or he could take. He'll probably take. All right, then I simply take. Notice I'm covering the pawn. My bishop's controlling over here. All right, so, all right, everything's looking good right now. I'm up one pawn, and we are going into some endgame territory. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. What are we going to do? How are we going to play this out? Come here. All right, let's throw this in. We're going to throw this in. If he's not careful, his only move is this. If he doesn't play that, like if he just takes, well, hold on. No, I see. Now he could come back and defend because his queen's pinned to the king, right? The queen cannot come off because it would put the king in check. All right, so we're going to do that, and then we're just going to come back here. All right. So now I got some good pressure. Oh, he could take this pawn even, but if he does, I'll come here with check. King moves over, and I'll have mate. So he's kind of in a bind. All right. All right, so let's see. What else do we got going on here? I want to get this bishop more active. We could try to get this bishop more active. Nah. He's got some annoying ideas. All right, I gotta stop fucking around. I'm a little bit low on time. Or starting to get low on time again. All right, we're just gonna push the pawn. He might hop in here, throw a punch at my queen. But yeah, Shane streams on Twitch. He's got a PhD in history. Amazing streams. He's an amazing dude. He knows basically everything there is to know about history, and he's just a great human being. All right, let's do this. Notice I'm hitting the pawn, and I'm on this pawn. This pawn's currently defended. This pawn is not defended. If this knight ever moves, I'll have a lot of pressure. I want to get this bishop more active. Where's a good square for this bishop, though? Like, this might even be the square, right? I might just play out bishop here and then see what happens from that point. All right. Got some good music going. Good times in the chess community. Man on Fire, hey, good to see you, man. What's going on? Okay, so he moved his queen. How you doing, Man on Fire? What's new with you, brother? I hope you're doing well, man. I hope all is well with you. All right, so he's looking at coming on here and start giving me check threats, and then come up here, check, right? So I want to avoid some of this nonsense. So we're just gonna play. But then I give him my pawn over here, which I don't like. All right, there's got to be like a way to stop all this nonsense. All right, let's reroute my. Yeah, we're gonna reroute over here. Nope, that would be a blunder. Because then if I reroute here, then we got check. My king's got one square, and then he's got the fork. All right, so I gotta like not fucking choke now. So I'm not gonna talk as much because okay. I'm not going to talk as much because we got serious stuff going on now, right? All right, let's do... I need to get my... Yeah, let's just go with this. We're going to go with this idea. So, yeah, he's got the check. He's got this idea. All right. Let's play. Where's a good square for my queen? I don't know. This looks pretty decent. Let's see if I can force a queen trade. If I can get a queen trade, I'll win this game. I'm talking too much though. I gotta not talk as much. All right, take. All right, we're gonna come over here. I'm about ready to blow this game if I'm not careful. I need to reposition my bishop and then just get my rook. I need to start attacking. That's the problem. I'm playing defense for some reason. All right, let's take. Oh no, that would lead to a mate. Does that lead to a mate? I'm not seeing the mate. Is there a mate? What does he got? He's got check. No, he doesn't even have the check. The bishop's covering the square. All right, so he's got that. Yeah, then I just block here. Oh, but then he picks up the bishop. I see. All right. And I'm looking to push this pawn all the way to victory lane, by the way. All right, so let's start pushing. Let's start pushing the pawn up, I think. No, I don't want to do that. Here, let's take here. Let's take here. He's got a rook check right here. Then I just move over. I don't think it does enough. This is an intense game, by the way. Yeah, he's got that check, right? Then I just run over here. So the person who's attacking has what's called initiative in chess. And I let this guy get the initiative, which is ridiculous. I mean, even though I'm up material, I'm up 2 pawns, this guy's got initiative now, which is pretty annoying. But I'm looking to get these pawns pushed up. Like, I have a significant advantage. The question will be if I can hold it before I run out of time. I'm looking at pushing this pawn, too, by the way. And trying to block all his checks. All right, so let's get some things rolling. Hold on a second. Let's do... All right, we're gonna go for material trades. I want to trade some material with check. He might throw a check in first. Wait, he can't. He can throw a check in here. I just want to trade down. When you're up in material, you want to trade down. Okay, so he throws that check in, which does nothing. He can win this pawn. That doesn't matter. These 2 pawns are going to be too quick. All right. So, yeah, these pawns are too quick. I'm going to win this game. Oh, no, I didn't. Well, hold on. I still might win because this pawn's really quick. Let's see what he does here. Now it's going to be fucking close, though, because I just blundered that. All right. Okay, so we got to do this. Actually, we got to do this. No, then, yeah, we do this first. Then I come here. Okay, take. Now he's going to come here. So this is going to be my winning pawn. I'm going to win because of this pawn. And now it's just victory lane. Yeah. That was way too close. This game should not have been this close. That was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous that this game was this close. I can't fucking believe it. Oh, and now he disconnects because he's like, you know, rage quitting or whatever. All right, and that's how you win at chess. That's how you win at chess. I hope you were all watching that and seeing some bad form. But that's how it goes. Hey, Makawaka's here. Big shout out. Someone give one of my mods give Makawaka a shout out. Good to see you. Makawaka does travel streams on Twitch and all sorts of stuff. By the way, is the music too loud or is everyone good? Let's see. Man on Fire. How you doing tonight? Victor Soar. Hey, good to see you, man. Hey, good to see you, brother. How you been? Dude, we still got to do that Gambit, man. That Gambit stream one of these days. What's going on with you these days? You said tough position, but I think I have the W. You have the W? Yeah. Like things are getting crazy here. Things are getting crazy here. All right, where else are we at here? Suggest a poll. Is Agni a sussy baka? No, that's not going to be a poll, Makawaka. Or not Makawaka, a Man on Fire. Sorry about that. That's a little too ridiculous. Give me a different question though, and we'll redeem it. Let's see, Licha, Victor, so you say this is why I don't play Licha anymore. Too many force points. Yeah, the dude can't even resign. What is the dude doing? It's like the game's over. Resign. I'm blundering though, dude. I played like garbage. That was sloppy chess. I'm just decent enough where I can even win sloppy chess against an opponent like that, right? Noger's here. Noger. All right, let me turn down the Doom Eternal music for a second. By the way, it's getting a little too intense for me. All right, we'll claim the victory. There we go, victory, and then we go to Doom Eternal, and all right. For some reason, that music makes everything so intense, right? Like, why does that music make everything so intense? Noger, we played your clip. We played the clip that DCI clip regarding your argument for Chicago style pizza. That why Chicago style pizza is better than NYC pizza. We played it on here today, man. Everyone was like, you know what? We're so happy that Noger finally came to his senses. Everyone was so thrilled. People were like really excited. They're like, you know what? Noger's come a long way. He's really come a long way. We knew he'd get there. We knew he would get there. And you know what? So the whole community, I just want you to know the whole community is very happy that you've evolved yourself. This is what Evolve Yourself TV is all about. You finally evolved yourself and you've come to realize that New York City pizza is trash, that New York pizza is trash, and Chicago has the best pizza. So we're all just very happy for you. Big shout out to Noger, dude. Big shout out. That was a great clip, by the way. That was seriously like one of the funniest clips I've seen in a long time, man. Big shout out to Noger. I fucking love this guy, dude. He's a great dude. He's in my philosophy clique. He's a philosopher. He does something that no one else does. He comes on a Twitch and reads full-length philosophical journal articles. And a lot of them are pretty complicated, right? They're not just like, some basic shit that like some, 15-year-old high school student wrote. These are like legit like philosophical journal articles from like, legit peer-reviewed, journals, right? So this is good stuff. So like, definitely check them out, drop them a follow. And you will not be disappointed. You'll enlighten your mind. Okay, Man on Fire. By the way, You say, what's better pizza? California. Dude, California doesn't even have pizza. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Oh, you want a poll? All right, fine. We'll get a poll. We're going to get this poll set up because I'm not going to do the other poll because that was ridiculous. What's better pizza? I'm interested how Noger votes on this one, actually. That's what I'm interested on. Chicago or California? All right. This will be interesting to see what Noger has to say about this. Because I've never heard Noger's take on California pizza. I'm just going to put NYC, because that's better. All right. We'll do a duration of 2 minutes. All right. Okay. Chicago or New York City? Chicago pizza or New York City pizza? Everyone place their vote. Makawaka, you say California people make sure to vote twice. No, that's not going to be happening. It's not going to be happening. All right. Let's see. Noger, you say, LL, you honor your redemption. Yeah, you did, man. I'm proud of you, man. You've come a long way, dude. You've come a long way. Victor, sir, you say you're working part-time and working on your DS bootcamp. Dude, I love that you're becoming a computer programmer, man. That's going to be badass, dude. And that's the thing. You can always find a job, man. If you're skilled at programming, and you're an analytically minded fellow, let me tell you. If you're skilled and you're a smart dude, you're gonna be able to find work. And that's like legit, dude. Getting your PhD is great, but I mean, a lot of times then it just means you're going to teach college, if anything, right? Victor, so you say, what's really intense is camping. Yeah, camping is intense. You're in a tent, right? It's the most intense thing there is. In fact, we had a camping trip back in the day. It was called the intense camping trip. intense, right? And it was intense. Basically, it was a bunch of people on an island, because I do this island trip. Those of you who don't know, I know a guy who owns a 15-acre island on the Rock River in Byron, Illinois. And every year, he's a buddy of mine, and every year I rent it out from him for 2 weekends. So then me and a bunch of friends go there and we all party. We have fun. I run yoga classes. I teach yoga. I teach qigong. I do meditation groups. It's just like this amazing experience, right? And we're on the beach. It's beautiful. But yeah, and sometimes, there's a lot of drugs that are used, by other people, right? By people who are into that. And, not like heroin, obviously, but like, the more fun drugs. Okay. All right. Let's see. What's better, Chicago or, okay, so far, New York City pizza won out. Oh, well, it's because of DCI with his 200 channel points, double votes. I shouldn't have allowed that. That's what happens when you allow double votes. This is really disappointing. I don't know what to say. I thought you all were evolved human beings, but apparently there's some major issues in my chat. Well, I'm going to be working on you. I don't give up on anyone. I'm going to be working on you guys, so hopefully you'll come to your senses eventually. Desai, you say eat shit, deep dish. Yeah. Come on, man. No, come on. Dude, everyone knows. It's not even like the question doesn't even arise. It's one of those arguments where it's like you have a group of like 5 relentless people that are like, "Oh yeah, New York City's pizza's still better." And like the rest of the world's like, "Dude, we've evolved so far past that point that like you don't even know what you're talking about. We're not even going to dignify like, you saying it's like a bunch of trolls, right? It's like how you don't dignify trolls with a response. When someone says New York City pizza's better, you typically just say, "Dude, we're not even going to dignify that with a response." You guys are messed up, man. We got some messed up people in this chat. Okay. But wait a minute. That wasn't even supposed to be the redemption. Wasn't the redemption supposed to be Chicago or California pizza? I mean, not the redemption. I fucked up. Hold on. Man on fire. I messed up. I got to do the poll again. It was not supposed to be Chicago or New York City. It was supposed to be Chicago or California. I completely fucked up. I'm sorry, everyone. I was getting intense there for a second. All right. So Chicago or California pizza. This is the question. All right. Chi-Town or Cali? All right. Now this is actually a serious question. All right, so let's see what happens here. I completely fucked up the poll. JT, you got to get on me about this shit. I'm fucking up the poll. All right, yeah, they don't even have pizza in California, so you'd be an idiot if you voted for California pizza. They don't even know they don't know anything about pizza there. All right, okay. Anyways, let's see, where else are we at here? Okay. Anoger, you say one of the authors of a paper saw your review and left a comment on the VOD. Savage. But thanks for reading my paper, though. Savage. Interesting. Are you referring to the clip? Are you referring to the review of the Chicago style pizza? your argument for it? All right, where else are we at here? It's supposed to, I know, Man on Fire is supposed to be California. I fucked up, dude. Can you forgive me? Remember, this channel is all about forgiveness, right? Me and you have seriously got to talk about this, dude, because forgiveness is the most important. And by the way, in all seriousness, I am being serious. I believe forgiveness is like one of the most important things you can offer another human being. So if there's anyone out there that you're holding grudges to, you don't have to be their best friend. You don't have to hang out with them all the time. But in your heart, you can at least forgive them, right? It's important. All right. Man of Fire is talking about blocking me and canceling me, dude. That's ridiculous. I'm not a California hater. No way. I just think you guys don't know anything about pizza. You guys don't know anything about pizza. Okay. All right. We got a lot of nasty talk. Calvin, yeah, right. Yeah, sure. Man on Fire has been hostile towards me. He's been very hostile towards me lately. But I don't know where all this aggression is coming from, Man of Fire, but like I've noticed there's been a change in your tone lately. Like, what's going on, man? Me and you got to work this out, dude. We're buddies. You're a VIP in the chat. We got to work this out. What's going on? Tell me how you feel. How can we resolve this issue, man? I got to resolve this issue. JT, what do you think? What the fuck? How did California Pizza get 10 votes? Oh, Man on Fire contributed 1,400 channel points, and there you go again. Yeah, I got to get rid of that double. You can't vote like 10 times, dude. What a joke! What a fucking joke, dude. I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, you're spending all your channel points to try to win this, but no one else even probably voted for that, right? You're like the only person that voted for that, dude. So like, whatever, dude. Whatever. All right. And Man of Fire, what's going on with you, man? Like, I feel like you're upset with me these days. You know, can we now like at least like can you forgive me? Can I forgive you? I forgive you. I forgive you, Man on Fire. Okay, but hold on. Someone actually says something interesting. DCI Bank says forgiveness is a selfish concept. Now, I want to hear more about this. Could you explicate? Please explicate why forgiveness is a selfish concept. Victor Soar. The results are indisputable. Yeah, right. Let's just admit California pizza is superior. No, that's definitely not. Then you guys, they don't even know. They don't even have pizza in California. They'll just like take like pineapple and like throw it on like a piece of like bread, and they're just like, okay, pineapple on bread. It's vegan. It's vegan, and it's like it has no gluten. So like that's our pizza, right? And when now Man on Fire is quiet, I'm like asking him like why he's upset, and like this is the one time like he's a low-key troll, and now this is the one time he's quiet. You know, I ask him why he's upset with me, and now all of a sudden this is the first time I've ever seen Man on Fire quiet when I'm asking him like a serious question. You know, like what's the deal with that? What's the deal with that? And DCI, I want to know why forgiveness is a selfish concept. That's like I've never heard that. I've never heard that notion before. Yeah, Man on Fire is really like he's now, what is he, gone? Like, look at this guy. This guy is just like, he's just gone, man. This guy always has something to say. He always has something to say, and now he's just silent. All right. Well, let's get back to another game of chess. Victor Sora, this will be interesting for you. Shane McInnes, if you're still around, this will be interesting for you too. I'll make this instructive. So we got to go back to some more chess, and we'll get the Doom Eternal music going too. All right, here we go. Are you fucking ready? Are you all ready for this shit? We're going to do this Chicago style, not Malort face style. By the way, this is Chicago style faces right here when you drink Malort. All right, here we go. Let's do this. All right. Can everyone see the board first of all? Yep, we're good to go. All right. If he plays E4, hyper accelerated dragon variation. Bam. We got this shit. We got this shit. Pre-move. Okay. This line, I believe this is the line. Knight's coming here. Pawn's going to get pushed. All right, take. Okay, so he took with the queen. He took with the queen. Now this is a different variation. All right, I got to remember this variation. This is a slight difference, right? So I'm pushing here. Now my knight's coming here if he pushes. Most people like to push right there. Okay. Oh, he's got a lot of pressure there. All right. I believe it's just this. He can't get a third attacker. Oh, he's got this push though, but then I got this. But hold on, I think he's got me. I think he's got me. He pushes, right? I come out, attack the queen. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. This is kind of interesting. And then all I need to do is, yeah, this is kind of a fucked up position. I've never seen this variation. I'm gonna have to look at this later. This is a slight different take. Okay, I think that is a complete fucking mistake, to be honest. All right, here we go. I'm on the queen now. He's going to lose momentum very quickly. Where's his queen going? Is it going back? All right. Now I simply get my queen to a good square and then castle. Or I could even do this. Take. No, I don't like this. I don't like that line. Let's do this. No, I can't do that because he's got two pieces attacking. All right. Okay, let's pose a question to the bishop. What's bishop going to do? What is that bishop going to do? Victor, sir, what do you think the bishop is going to do? What do you think that... Oh, he's backed up. All right, there we go. I'm getting out of the nasty pin. Okay. Now we're just going to castle. And I'm going to have a cool discovered attack. I move this knight. I'm on the queen, right? And I'll be on with the knight, right? So this is kind of cool. Look at this. Bam! Just like that. Hitting the queen. Hitting the bishop. All of a sudden, everything's getting intense right here. This guy's all in on the attack, right? He wants to break things open and attack. But he's got his bishops out. Everything's looking ready to attack. I'm ready to defend. I'm going to defend all this shit and then blow him out of this planet, right? Yeah, right? Victor Sword, bam. That was a serious move, man. It was serious. And by the way, look at this. Look at that. So after I take here, now look how pretty this is going to be. But hold on, I have to watch out, make sure he doesn't have some crazy threat over here. Can I get away with taking here? And then take. I think I can get away with it. Wow. I might be missing something. I also want to get this push in at some point. Okay, now we have this. Wait, hold on. Maybe I can't. Let's see. I take. Bam. Bam. Then he's going to load up over here and try to come down here and checkmate me. But could I just like play like this? Yeah. I think I can get out of this. Okay, I'm not going to do a lot of calculation, but I think I can get out of this. I could be totally wrong. If he pushes this pawn, that could actually be a big problem now that I see that. Let's take the rook. Or maybe not. Oh, maybe I just do this. Oh, yeah. This is pretty. This is super pretty. Okay. This is looking really good right now for me. Notice I got the pressure on the queen. We got this. So he takes, I take. I'm still going to be able to win the rook, right? Also notice his king is out in the middle of the board, pretty vulnerable. He's running out of piece, so he takes. That's fine, man. I'm gonna get this rook. I'm gonna get this push in. I gotta get my light square bishop active though, is the only thing. And he's lost his attack. He's got this knight idea, right? Maybe putting pressure here. I'm just taking. Come down here, pin the knight to the king. All right, so he's looking at ideas like check, whatever. I don't see with just the bishop and the rook though. It's not enough. And you know what? I'm even gonna just say fuck it. I'm saying fuck you, man. Your bishop's not even gonna come through here. All right. So now he's on this. All right, whatever, dude. I'm throwing punches. I just feel like throwing punches right now. What's he gonna bring his knight here? All right, that does nothing. Let's just pin. Let's do this pin. Sure, he could like hop his rook or knight down here, but I don't see anything from that. Victor, sir, what are you thinking about this game, man? Yeah, queen takes it's what you saw. Yeah, a hyper fucking attack. Yeah, this guy was like going crazy with the attack earlier, right? We don't just step on the gas. We hyper fucking accelerate. Yeah. Okay, so what do we got? Got this. All right. Let's see. This looks kind of interesting, right? Knight over here. I mean, what's he got? He's got this. Oh, this check is problems, right? Then I would just have this square. But you know what? No. Fuck this guy. Well, no, hold on. I come here. Then he's got this check. But hold on. He comes over, check. I got this. And then he comes over, check. And then what? I just come back here? Or why don't I just come here first? What does he got? He's got this stupid check. Oh, I have a good idea. Look at this beautiful idea. And then if he pushes, I'll just take on I'll just take on passant. Right? But I want to go after this rook. All right. I love how this knight can't move. It's pinned. Look at this! Oh, almost. This knight's covering too. I was thinking hopping in here. I could just take his bishop, but I like this. All right. Okay. Let's see. How are we going to play this? Let's just come over here. I'm not afraid of this. I'm not afraid, man. I'm coming here. I'm coming for your knight, buddy. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, you better run with that rook. All right. Let's see. This bishop's got to get active. This rook's got to get active. I'm not seeing any major threats. All right, we're going. We're going for it. I'm tempted to take the bishop. All right. So now we're just going to we're going to keep it nice and simple. This is just going to be so pretty. So pretty. Oh, look at that. What are you going to do, man? You are down. You are down a material a shit ton. Like, when you're this far down a material, you might as well just resign. All right, whatever. Take the fucking pawn. I'll take your knight, and we'll call it a day, you know? After you take, then you'll take my bishop. Whatever. See, Victor Sora, a guy like this should resign, right? All right, so now, here. Let's just really lock everything down. Uh-oh. Look at that. Knight protecting the rook. I can't go here. Can't take the rook. Couldn't go here. Couldn't. Well, actually, I would still have this square to escape to. Yeah, he doesn't even have it. He doesn't even have it. He doesn't even have it. All right. Okay, let's activate my pieces. No, yeah, let's do it. Let's activate this way, though. Oh, and he couldn't even come over there because of that. So, all right, whatever. We're going over here. I didn't even notice that my rook was, like, defending. Yeah, whatever, dude. All right, I'm finally on the attack. Woo! All right, let's lock everything down. Now let's do this. Throw this check in first. Let's see if he goes to a light square. Let's see where is he headed. This is how you do it, Chicago style. King G6, one apiece. Yeah, we'll have to go back, man. Like, I can't even keep up. DCI, you say drown him in pizza? Yeah, I mean that's how it is in Chicago. We want to drown. We'll drown you in pizza every now and then. All right. Let's see. What else do we got here? I'm just gonna lock everything fucking down. Lock it all down. This dude's on lockdown. I mean, what does he even have? Like, what can he even do here? He could take this pawn. I have this idea, pushing. I like this idea. Push, right? He can't take because I take the knight. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Push. He can only go here. I should bring my rook over. All right, this will be sneaky. This is going to be sneaky. Let's get sneaky. Let's get sneaky here. Now I have this push. Oh no, then he wins a bishop. Duh. Ah. All right, whatever. Whatevs. I don't fucking care. I got to reroute my bishop. I want to do something cool with my bishop. Maybe over here. All right, so he's looking to do something. Maybe hop in here with check. His pawn's annoying. Let's just let's throw this in. He'll probably check me here. Okay, where do I want to run to right now? Maybe run over here a little bit. Then he's got that stupid rook check. That rook check actually then hits with force. So I don't know. I'm going to run over. Let's see. Hold on a second. Did I just like fuck up? Hold on a second. I'm in check. If I come over here, he's got that check. No. This can't be. This can't be. I think everything's good. Everything's good. He's got that. All right, this is taking way too long to finish the deal, by the way. It's a little ridiculous. All right. So he's looking at checks. Why am I okay, I got to actually play right now. I'm like, stop fucking around here. Okay. What's a good idea here? All right, let's throw this check in first. Let's get my rook over here. This pawn is super annoying. All right, let's go. Let's go, buddy. What do you got? What do you got? I have ideas of rook. No, that doesn't even work. I'm looking at checking him here, forcing him back. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm now content. Two pieces. Bam, there we go. This should be game over. This should be game over. All right, what's going on in stream? You think I had rook c5 with the mating net threat? Yeah, I probably did, man. I probably did. Rook takes rook, you have more Agni. Yeah, there were a lot of things going on in that game, dude. There were a lot of things. I want to analyze. Let's do a quick little bit of analysis on that game because that was a lot going on here. There was a lot going on. All right, so let's load it up. Should all be able to see. Yep. Okay. So let's go back. Like I was completely dominating this position. Stockfish 14 says, "Yeah, I'm up almost the equivalent of a queen, right?" So let's go back. What would have been the more efficient route, right? Yeah, I'm already destroying him, right? So take. All right, this is all good. This is all fine. It got sloppy at the end, and I hate messes. I fucking hate messes. All right, well, whatever. That's all fine. That's all fine. Take. This is all fine. King up. Yep, that's fine. It just took way too long to finish the deal there, right? And then this is just, cleaning up. Now, at this point, like, this game should be over in, like, 1 minute. Like, this should not take a long time, right? Okay, this is all fine. Yeah, it's just, I let it get a little sloppy, right? Check. Interesting. Yeah, this is where I should have had the pawn push in, right? I should have got the pawn push in here with check. Then he's got to take, and then I take, right? And for some reason, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to lock everything down. And you know what? Bishop to d5 is actually the third best move, so it's not terrible that I played this, but this is just so direct. This is like such a direct, nice route, right? Because like he's in check, he's got to get out of check. He can't go here. It forces him back, to e3, right? That makes more sense, Yeah, I was a little too late at seeing that, right? Then I came over here. I wanted to get that push in now, but now nothing. Yeah, now there's just this crap, and I guess I was never really in trouble, but it was just kind of sloppy. And then, yeah, here, by the way, those of you who are new to chess, notice this knight is pinned to the king and can't move anywhere, because by doing so, you put your own king in check, and you can never put your own king in check. And I have 2 pieces attacking this knight. He only has 1 defender and no way of getting a second defender. So that's why the guy resigned. Okay, yeah, and we were playing Doom Eternal music while we were doing that, so that was good too. Okay, so anyways, that's some chess. Man on fire, hats off to me. All right, we're gonna get this. Oh, we're gonna get this redemption now. Let's do it. All right, let's see where we're at in Twitch. What did I miss? We had all the chess, good chess commentary. We're gonna leave the chess category now, and we're gonna go back to fitness and health, because we're gonna be doing meditation soon. So fitness and health, bam, bam. Okay, we got all that. We got all that in. Looks good. All right, and then this is what I wanted to actually get to. DCI Banks. If you're still here, man. Oh yeah, you are still here. It looks like. Okay. Excuse me. Forgiveness can be seen as selfish because it only benefits the forgiver rather than the person being forgiven. When we hold on to anger, resentment, and grudges towards others, it consumes our thoughts and emotions, causing stress or anxiety, but by forgiving others, we can release ourselves from the negative feelings and find peace in ourselves. So forgiveness is more of a self-care practice. Okay. I see what you're saying that, but let me tell you a story. So there was a guy at my old job who was in charge of transportation. This guy was like, I used to be a special education teacher, and there was a guy who would, he was in charge of transportation of all the buses coming in. And I worked at a school that had the toughest kids in all of Illinois, right? We had the kids that were kicked out of every other special needs school in the area, all right, in the whole state of Illinois. They'd come to our school. It was like the last resort for special needs kids, right? These kids were constantly attacking you and attacking themselves. Like there's one girl that would literally try to like stick her fingers in her eyeballs and try to rip her eyeballs out of her sockets. I mean, I saw a kid's head get smashed through a computer monitor. I mean, it was wild. People, you were getting spit on. People were going crazy, right? But anyways, so I come in one day, and I had been helping out with transportation, like, because you need someone on the bus with the driver to like make sure the kids aren't like killing each other, right? So I was helping out, and I wasn't even helping out the transportation director. I was just helping out when someone would call in, right? Like one of my friends, Quintina, was like, hey, could you ride along today? You'll get paid for it, blah blah blah. You just have to do a ride along, and make sure I don't get killed. And I was like, sure. So I was like helping out. And I did this for a few days in a row, and then the next day, Quintina called me. She's like, hey, can you help out this morning? I was like, no, I can't do it today, right? So I didn't help out that day. And then I come into work, and the transportation director's office was right by the front door, just starts screaming at me, like totally uncalled for. He's like, what are you doing? Why didn't you help out Quintina today? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, you got to call me. You got to let me know. And I'm like, what? This has never been through you, man. Like, this has never been through you. This was always just me and Quintina working. Like, and he's like screaming at me at the top of his lungs. He's like red in the face. And I was like, dude, chill out, man. And he was just like being a total prick. And I just walked out, right? I was like, and actually, no, I was a little bit smug. And I was just like, he's like, how could you, he's like, why would you do this? That's totally unacceptable. And I was just like smiling, and I'm like, I am sorry, Rich, that you feel that way. I am sorry that you feel that way, but you know what? You're wrong. And, I was just kind of like messing with him a little bit, because he was like totally irate and whatnot. But he was like screaming at me, and I was like pissed off. So I left, and I was pissed off, and he was pissed off. And then the whole rest of the day and that night, I was like pissed off at the dude. I'm like, I got to see this guy's face every single day when I walk into work now. And like, we got this thing going on between us, right? So I come into I sit back, and there's this book that I've taken some good knowledge from. It's called The Course in Miracles, and in it they talk about forgiveness being the most important thing you can do in your life, right? So what I do is I visualize the guy, and I visualize him just kind of like smiling and being in a happy state of mind, and I close my eyes, and I sit there and I think, okay, you are pure love, pure and innocent, all is forgiven and released. And I do this, and immediately, like, I felt 100 times better. And then like I visualized like watching him go away, right, and this kind of goes into what you were saying, Desai, with like self-care and like and whatnot, right? So like I felt 1,000,000 times better, and then I went into his office the next day, and I'm walking up, and he sees me, and like he starts getting ready for a fight. He's like ready to like get into a big confrontation, and I come in, I close the door behind me, and he's like, no, if we're gonna do this with the door open. Because like there was like a secretary there. I think he was like afraid I was going to like knock him out or something. I don't know what he was thinking, right? But anyways, so I open the door and I just say, hey, Rich, I am totally sorry, man. I am totally sorry. I was completely out of line. I know you have a stressful job. I respect you, and I feel bad the way I acted. I'm sorry, man. And immediately the entire energy shifted in the room, and he was just like, hey, he's like, hey, Agni, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you for that apology. And then I walked out, and like all the energy between us then from then on was like fine. We weren't like best buds or anything. We barely talked, right? But like we just like, it was fine. Like there was no feelings of ill will. There was nothing bad between us. I completely resolved the issue. Now, was that guy at fault? He was totally at fucking fault. But at the end of the day, do I want to walk in there every single day and work and like have this like negative energy between me and this guy? Or do I want to just like fucking apologize and just, because I was being a little smug, right? Do I want to apologize and then make it such that, we're fine. We're cool with each other, right? So that's how it went. Victor Sawyer, you say, wisdom dude. Yeah, right. And by the way, my ego did not want to fucking do that, man. My ego was like, no, you got to go in there and fucking tell that fucking bitch why he's fucking wrong. Like I was like on fire, but then I'm like, I'm going to forgive. So I forgave myself. I forgave him. I forgave the situation. And then I even went there and apologized when I know that I was absolutely right. I apologized, but I was acting smug, so I can apologize for that, right? But it made everything better. It's like, dude, if the end result was that everything was better between us for the next 3 years I worked there, then holy shit, so be it, right? And then he just would scream at other people. He would scream at other people, and other people would scream at him, and he got plenty of that, right? Man on Fire, you say he has to be an LA Lakers hat. Dude, what you don't understand, Man on Fire, is I like the Lakers. I'm a big LeBron fan, man. Wherever LeBron goes, I end up liking that team, dude. So if LeBron's playing for the Lakers, and all the past teams he's played for, I'm a big LeBron fan. So I don't care. I'm not crazy about the Bulls. Like, whatever, Bulls. I like the best possible athletes. Like, I'm not really, except for the Cubs. I've been a Cubs fan my whole life. I'm a diehard Cubs fan. That's how it goes with me. But other than that, I'm a huge Shaq fan. Shaq was one of my favorite athletes of all time because he literally made them change the rules of the game. He made them fucking change the rules of the game. They're like, okay, you're too much. You are so fucking powerful that we're gonna actually have to ref things differently now because we actually have to install different backboards now and rims because of you. It's like he made them change the fucking game. If you're that like intense that like they make you change the game to like accommodate you so that you can like actually like so that the game can be more fair for everyone else. I mean, shit, that's fucking crazy. So I love Shaq, LeBron. I mean, these guys are like two of my favorite players. D Wade. D Wade had some of the best handles I've ever seen, man. He was fucking crazy. I mean, Kyrie Irving also has incredible handles, but or had, but Wade was fucking amazing. Like, and when they were in the playoffs that one year, it was fucking incredible how he came back, how he just like came back and led them to victory when they were down. I think they were down like 3-2, and they were in serious shit against who was it, San Antonio? Okay, but anyways, let's see. Okay, where else are we at in chat? Okay. Oh, MJ? Yeah, I know. I'm from fucking Chicago, and I think LeBron James is better than MJ. I fucking said it. Every single person here in Chicago hates me for thinking that. Just so you know. I am the outlier. I am the fucking outlier. But here's the thing. I grew up watching Jordan play, and Jordan is the best fucking scorer of all time. But LeBron's a different type of player. LeBron is completely different. LeBron is like a fucking passing machine, man. He gets more assists than like anyone in the. I mean, it's ridiculous how many assists he gets, right? Jordan is definitely a better scorer. LeBron can guard every single man on the court. That's the other thing about LeBron. I mean, especially when he was younger, right? When he was younger, he could guard the 5, he could guard the 1, guard the 5. He could guard anyone. He could guard anyone on the court. Jordan couldn't guard Shaq. Jordan couldn't guard the 5s, right? But LeBron could. Jordan never came back and did those chase down, come from behind blocks. LeBron fucking does those, right? LeBron is better than Jordan. You're hearing it first from a Chicago guy. Now, Jordan is the most dominant scorer of all time. Yes, Jordan is he's like right there. He's right there. And you could say, well, Jordan had more championships, but a lot of that has to do with luck, right? I mean, if Jordan never won shit until he got Pippen, right? So you got to think about it that way too. All right. Let's see. Victor, so you say the crazy thing is that Jordan was supposed to be bad at shooting at first. It's something he worked at tires. I know. Him and LeBron both have incredible work ethics, and that's another reason why I respect them. All right. DCI, you say clip that. Yeah, I'm a LeBron fan, man. I mean, I know he's getting older and he's not as great, but when all is said and done, dude, I think LeBron, because he does more things, he's such a great passer. I mean, where is he on the all-time assist list? He's got to be getting up there, right? I mean, he's getting up there on the all-time scoring list. I mean, his stats are crazy. Now, some people might argue, well, wait a minute, Jordan took those years off to play baseball, right? Jordan had to go to Jordan played college ball, and LeBron, came straight up, So you could make those arguments. You could make the argument for 6 championships instead of 4, right? But like, no, at the end of the day, LeBron does more. All around. I mean, I'd say the fair comparison is LeBron versus Magic Johnson, right? That's a more fair comparison, right? Because Johnson was such a great passer and LeBron's such a great passer. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Let's see, where else are we at here? Victor, so you say, yeah, it was still -6 or -9. Exactly. When you're up that much, it's like anything is going to win. You don't need to make the best possible move, especially if your clock's getting low. You just make like a human move that's going to kind of simplify the position. Man of Fire, you say Agni admitted he was wrong once. Yeah, that's something I've worked on a lot in my life. When I was younger, I would never admit that I was wrong. I would always argue every single fucking point, never admit that I was wrong, even when I knew I was wrong. It was crazy. It was craziness. It was all ego. I just wanted to be so fucking dominant in every conversation and every single engagement with another human being that I would fucking use whatever tactics necessary to make sure that they knew to convince them that I was right and they were wrong. It was like the stupidest childish game that I play. I don't play that I played. I don't play that game anymore. And now I see all other people doing it. So I'm like, oh great, was I a bad teacher? Did I fucking teach other people to play this stupid childish game? And now like the whole world is playing this game. Like, look at politics. Everyone's just like, you're fucking wrong, blah blah blah. Here's why, blah blah blah. And it's like, dude, chill out, man. Like, not everyone knows everything, right? And usually both people are partially right. And that's the funny thing in conversation. If you really want to honestly assess a situation, you can find one way to do it. One way that helped me a lot is anyone that I would consider an enemy back in the day, right? Or like someone that was like on the other side. Like, I used to be like very strong, a very, very strong, like left-leaning Democrat, like very strong, right? So like, when I would engage with Republicans, I would always be like, oh, you're totally wrong, blah, blah, blah. You're not a good person, blah, 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 and I would say all this shit, right? Well, one thing that helped me get over a lot of that shit was to try to find at least something good about that person, about their argument. Try to find a good point that they're making, right? Something that I can at least agree with, and be like, oh well, you do make a good point in this one area. I like that. And if you can start noticing at least a few good points that your opponent is making, then you can start empathizing with them a little bit more and start like really hearing them, as opposed to just blocking out everything they say and going for the kill, right? So that's just something to consider. All right. Anyways, Man of Fire, you say, oh yeah, you forgot you're supposed to send Agni a dating video about seduction. Yeah, I mean, check it out. I'll send it on the Discord. By the way, those of you who, there's the Discord's right there. You can click on the Discord and join my Discord. We have a lot of fun in there. We talk about stuff. We talk about good stuff in there. All right. Let's see. DCI, you say, do you take? I don't know what that means. I'm gonna have to look that up right now. I don't know what that means. I got to look it up before I say it though. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. That's a good one. So it's not like a crazy thing that I'm gonna say that's gonna like be like really toxic or something. Do I play the piano? It's funny you say that. Because when I was younger, that was I had piano lessons when I was 5. But then I haven't played since then until recently. I got this keyboard, and I just wanted to learn some Nine Inch Nails, right? Trent Reznor is one of my fucking heroes. I think Trent Reznor is one of the best musicians of the last 50 years, maybe the best musician in the last 50 years. Like I think Nine Inch Nails has just been like he fucking basically spawned computerized music, digital music, right? We would not have had any of that shit. Well, I mean, it would have come up eventually, but he was on the forefront. He created the industrial scene along with Ministry. And by the way, Ministry is a Chicago band. Those of you who don't know, Ministry and Nine Inch Nails were the two bands that formed the industrial scene. And Trent Reznor he constantly evolves. Like some of his stuff is so different than like Hesitation Marks. That album was totally different than anything else, right? Trent Reznor is a musical genius. Totally amazing dude. So I just wanted to learn how to play, some keys because in honor of Trent. So I learned how to play the first 60 seconds of Ghosts 1, the first track on the Ghosts album, and it felt good. I was like, wow, I'm playing something that Trent actually composed. It feels pretty awesome. And then I forgot it. So I went back to it like a year ago, and I was like, oh yeah, and I learned it a little bit again, and then I forgot it again. It's one of those things where if you don't do something and if you just learn one song and then you don't play it for a few years, you're just gonna forget it. It's just ridiculous, right? Okay. Let's see. Noger, man. We got Noger. Incubus. We're talking about Incubus. Incubus is that's a male version of a succubus. Really interesting. I thought you were talking about music, the band, but I did not know that. Interesting. Isn't an incubus something that attacks you when you're sleeping? That's what Agni is going to be. I'm going to attack you when you're sleeping? Dude, that's crazy. I would never attack someone when they're sleeping. So one thing about me, I'm really big into fair fights. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I was always like the biggest kid in my grade growing up. I was always like the big tough kid, right? But I would never act that way. I was like a very joking around, happy kid, right? But then for some reason there's some stupid fucking dynamic in I don't know if it was just in my school or if it's just in boyhood, shit. I would have all these other kids, these other boys that would fucking come up to me in third, fourth, fifth, grade, sixth grade, and they would just start wanting to fight me. And I'd be like, dude, why do you want to fight me? And then they would fucking fight me, and I would beat their ass, and then they'd come up to me and be like, hey, and they'd want to shake my hand then. And I was like, what the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. I didn't want to fight you. My shirt's ripped and your face is all bloody. Why the fuck did we fight? And they would shake my hand. And then the next day another kid would want to come up and fight me. And then I'd beat his ass, and then he'd want to shake. And then eventually I was like, no, I'm not shaking any of your fucking hands. Why do you all want to fucking? It was like I found out years later that apparently you're supposed to attack the biggest kid in your grade because it makes you look cool in front of your peers or some bullshit like that. Have any of you heard this shit? It was absurd, and I didn't want to fight anyone. I was a fucking pacifist. I just wanted to do my own shit and play soccer and football and baseball and sports and have a good time. time. It's DCI, yeah, it is some prison shit. Like my grade school was like fucking prison. But anyways, I'm big into fair fights because then what started happening is when I beat up like half my own grade, all the kids that wanted to fight me. Then kids from the grade above me, I was in 3rd grade, kids from 4th grade, fucking wanted to fight me. And so then I started beating them up. And then eventually I would start beating up the 4th graders, and then eventually the 5th graders started jumping in to have the backs of the 4th graders, and then I would get my ass beat. So then there was a long stretch of time where it was like me versus like 4 or 5 dudes, and I was just getting my ass beat all the time, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then like my friends were literally just scared, standing on the sidelines, just like, dude, sorry, you know, they'd like be there after the fight, and I'd be like, well, thanks for helping, man, I appreciate it. They're like, dude, that kid's in 5th grade. We can't do that. We don't want to get our asses beat. I'm like, well, thanks, man. You know, thank you. I appreciate your support. You know, now you're giving me moral support, you know, but it's like, I don't want fucking moral support. I want you to fucking jump in and like make it a fair fight. So I fucking hate, and then same thing with weapons. I've had to fucking deal with people that will pull knives. Chicago's a rough fucking place, man. And it's like, that's not fair shit, dude. You do not fucking pull a weapon. Anyone who pulls a weapon on you is a fucking weakling. They're a coward. They're a weakling. You just, no, if you want to fucking fight me, do it one-on-one, man to man, no fucking weapons, no extra friends jumping in. So yeah, fair fights are super, super important to me. And that's something I really am strong about. I'm really strong about that. All right. Anyways, where are we at here? Holy shit, that was right. Noger, you say, sounds like Agni was a lot of fun to fight. Yeah, right? No, I mean, these kids were getting all bloody, though, so, like, why was it fun for them? Why was it fucking fun for them? Like, they're literally bloody. I was, like, kicking their ass. It was ridiculous. Man, if I used to say Agni was definitely the bully. I was not a bully. I was absolutely not a bully. I fucking hated bullies. I hated bullies. There was a horrible scene. And DCI, you're from England, so this might even hit home with you, man. This might hit home with you. There was a horrible scene. We had a kid from England come over to our school. He transferred to our school. He was from England. His name was Paul Clark. Paul Clark. That's a terrible, terrible English accent, British accent. I'm sorry, but his name was Paul Clark. All right. Anyways, so he comes into our grade, and some of the fucking older, tougher kids in the school, like, I don't know, they didn't like the kid. And then there was this kid, Joe Carmia, who fucking decided that he was going to start spreading shit about this kid. So he told the toughest kids in our school that Paul Clark spit on the American flag and that he jerked off to reruns of Benny Hill. All right. So these kids already didn't like Paul, and then he goes up to the toughest kids, and Joe does, and he's like, yeah, by the way, Paul Clark spit on the American flag, and they're like, what? And then he jerks off to reruns of Benny Hill, and they're like, all right, we're gonna kick this fucking kid's ass. We're gonna fucking kick this kid's ass, dude. So then it was like the worst fucking scene ever, dude. So then after fucking school, these bullies are fucking. I walk out there, and they're like fucking beating him up. And like I had this moral dilemma. I was like, should I jump in? Should I not jump in? And then I look over and he's like bleeding. He's fucking bleeding. And he just looks up at them and he's just like, I didn't spit on your bloody flag. I didn't spit on your flag. And it was like this, like the worst scene ever. And I felt so bad. And I was in this moral dilemma. I'm like, if I jump in, I'm just going to get my ass beat. Should I do it? And then like by the time I had finished deliberating about it, like a teacher had fucking come out and broke all that shit up. But it was horrific. It was so fucking stupid, It was like what, like why would they fucking do that? And why would this kid Joe Carmia fucking tell them that he spit on the American flag and jerked off to reruns of Benny Hill? That's fucking craziness, right? Let's see, man on fire. You say good for those kids. You don't Paul never did. He never did that. He never did that. He was totally a respectful, nice kid. He was a chess player too. He was a good dude. D-Say, you say you have American flag toilet paper? Yeah, right? I mean, it's funny, dude. It's funny. All right. Where else are we at here? Noger, you were talking about that's what women claim they were just sleeping and somehow ended up having sex with this guy. I don't even know what's going on. I think I missed some stuff. I think I missed some stuff in chat. Manifire, you say no weapons, but you have debilitating arthritis, so you can't fight well, so you have to poo-poo stuff. Well, here's the thing. I'm not talking about using a weapon to defend yourself. I'm talking about starting a fight with someone with a weapon. That there's a big difference about like, you know, carrying mace with you or like carrying like a knife if if you know someone's going to attack you, as opposed to like actually just going out there, you know, attacking someone with a knife, right? There's a very big difference. Let's see. Okay. Anyways, Victor, DCI, you say Benny Hill was a friend of your granddad. And your mom has lots of stories about him. He's a legend. Benny Hill was a legend. I mean, I'm assuming he's passed now, from what I understand, right? He's got to be, because he was like super old even back in the day. But yeah, like he's a legend, dude. I actually have some Benny Hill DVDs. That guy's pretty funny, man. I mean, it's like the most lowbrow humor you're gonna find, right? But it's great. It's great. He was a master at his craft, right? He was a master at his craft. Anyone who's a master at their craft, I have a tremendous amount of respect for, right? Like, I don't care if you're like a guitarist, like if you do nothing but become a great guitarist, like that's awesome. If you're like, you know, if you're a fucking goddamn worker at a warehouse, if you are able to like do as good as you possibly can and like make it as efficient as possible, you don't want to become as good, you know, whatever you're doing, you know, if you're a blacksmith, you know, anyone who tries to perfect the things they do, like I have tremendous amounts of respect for those people. All right, okay. Victor, sir, you say the feeling of how stupid fighting is after you actually do it is a really bad one. Yeah. Actually, fighting will get anybody to realize how stupid it is. Most people who glorify it have never done it in your imagination, and especially exactly, dude. Victor, sir, you're totally right, man. And you know, and I get the feeling that you've had to be in some fights in your life too. It's totally stupid. I tell this story because it illustrates the point perfectly. Henry Rollins. Everyone should know who Henry Rollins is. Henry Rollins is like, he's like a badass motherfucker, right? You know, Rollins Band, Black Flag, right? Lead singer, you know, just a really awesome, you know, talented musician, right? Anyways, he's in a bar one day and some dude like starts shit with him, you know, and the dude the dude like fucking like pisses off Henry Rollins, and Henry Rollins knocks him out. He fucking knocks the guy out, right? But in doing so, he, you know, his thumb hits Henry Rollins or hits the guy like in a weird angle or something like that, and he fucks up his thumb. Well, every single day for the rest of his life after that, he's had thumb pain. So he was on an interview and he was talking. He's like, so yeah, so he's like, sure, I knocked the guy out, I won the fight, but did I actually win? Right? Did I actually win? Like, I have thumb pain every single day for the rest of my life now because I knocked this guy out. He's like, but at the end of the day, it reminds me not to knock someone out just because I can. It's not worth it, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Even if you win the fight, like you could get injured. I mean, there's weird freak injuries, right? I've seen dudes that are like way bigger than the other dude, you know, that are getting in a fight and, you know, like they slip or something and then they fucking fuck up their ankle forever, or weird shit happens, you know, like, so don't just assume you're just going to win the fight and it's going to be clean. Usually both people get like hurt, or maybe your clothes get ripped. Maybe your favorite shirt gets ripped, right? Or your jeans get ripped or something like that, right? Weird shit can happen, right? Or maybe I once had it where I was in a fight and the dude's blood got all over my fucking shirt and jeans and stuff like that. And I know people take their shirts off in fights, you know, but I didn't. For some reason I didn't have my shirt off. But blood got on my jeans and like we couldn't get it off, and then my jeans were ruined. So like, even if you win the fight, it's not worth it. Okay. Let's see. Victor, sir, you say you've been in one position where you had no choice but to fight. Even when you win, and even when it's right to fight, you still feel bad. And exactly, that's the thing, dude. You feel bad for the guy. It's like, okay, it's like, yeah, I won the fight, right? I had to fight this guy, but like, you know, now this guy's like hurt, you know, and it's like, okay, great, you know. So did we really win? Did we really win the fight? No, we didn't win the fight, right? We didn't win the fight. And speaking of fighting, I always come out here really intense and like things get super crazy and wild. And then we slow things down. And we go within to the place of peace, joy, and love inside. So we can feel calm, relaxed, And most importantly, so we can share that love and kindness with all those around us. I'm going to adjust the lights. And you'll want to get in a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes. And take a few slow and deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. So take a few more slow, deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your attention directed on your breath. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself perched on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds float together and merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Keep your attention on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your focus to your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the memory of their own internal light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. until all of humanity has awoken from the dream of separation once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye sight. Stay true to your breathing. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your focus to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love emanating from this location. and the warmth which surrounds your love. Experience the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. Opposites of any kind cannot enter here. For this is a place of perfect oneness. Separation and division are not welcome here. For this place was destined to eternally be one, and what is one can never be two. Fear of any kind is barred from entrance. For that which is immutable and eternally unchanging can never contain anything but pure love. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which blocks your third eye vision. Keep your awareness on your third eye. Close your eyes and see through your third eye.
when thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing from your mind. And refocus your mind to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of consciousness. Go all the way down to where your essence flows the strongest. The center point of your being. Your eternal home. Notice any sensations that you feel here. Give yourself permission to experience the joy that resides. Allow yourself to experience the perfect peace at this location. Feel the frequency of the divine channel. This place is the gateway to the source of all creation. And it was given to you for all of eternity. So that whenever you feel lost or alone, you could come here and find your way home. focus all your energy on this center point. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, true nature unfolds. You shine brightly as you recall who you truly are. At this location, your divinity becomes apparent. Your foundational essence being pure love. And from this place, you remember the source of all creation. For that source is like you in almost every way. The only difference being you were created as an extension of it. And being pure love, you flow eternally from the source of eternal love. From this vantage point, it is your choice to release all fear and worry. To release all ego and separation. By remembering the song that rings eternally. You are called back home to the state of perfect oneness. Focus on this state of absolute perfection. Forgive yourself for ever having an ego. Let go of any residual fear and worry. And merge with the source of all creation. You are home. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension. Breathe in. Breathe out, letting go of any residual fear. Inhale, filling your corporeal vessel with love and light. Exhale, releasing any stress and toxicity from your being. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your days here on this planet. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you each feel more peaceful and relaxed, more centered and grounded, more loving and kind, and most importantly, I hope you're able to take the peace and love of this meditation with you out into the external world and share it with all your brothers and sisters out there, and helping them to remember that just like you, they are pure love. Namaste. All right. How was that for everyone? That was a powerful meditation. That was a really powerful one. 37 minutes. Wow. That was a lot. I'm buzzing too, JT. I am really glad that you enjoyed that. Yeah. I appreciate all of you for being here with me and sharing this location, sharing this space, and helping to remember who we are at the end of the day. You know, we get caught up in ego battles in our day-to-day activities while we perceive ourselves as existing in corporeal form. But at the end of the day, we are pure love. We are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and that's our nature. And when we can share that love with others, we help them remember who they are. And that's the greatest service that you can do to another human being on this planet. Helping them remember who they are, who they truly are. Okay. With that being said, we are going to raid someone and share some love and light with them. There's always plenty of beautiful people, beautiful souls out there. And yeah, streamers appreciate getting raided. It's always a nice gesture. If you are a subscriber, then copy and paste this raid call. Let's see who's out there in the Twitch world today. Let's see who's streaming. Okay. Here we go, definitely. I have not been able to raid my buddy in a long time. Zwar333. He does yoga. He does yoga. He's into meditation. He's even into metal. He's in a lot of the same things that I'm into. He's a real good dude. He's on the path, which is cool, because not everyone is on the path. He does all sorts of stuff. So we're gonna raid Zwar. Noger, I love you, man. You're such a good dude. You're bringing the love and light to New York City. Noger, you're living it, man. You're working for a nonprofit. You're helping people. You know, you're doing the work, man, and I respect you. And then you bring in philosophy to Twitch. You're just such a good human being. I appreciate you, unconditionally. I appreciate you. You're just such a good human. Everyone should try to be a little bit more like Noger. That's what I sincerely believe. He's a good human being. I mean, a lot of people talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. He's actually doing it. He's actually genuinely doing it. His life's work is helping. He's helping those on this planet. He's exposing people to philosophy that might not have had exposure to philosophy. His career is fighting the good fight. I appreciate that. A lot of people in my family have worked for nonprofits. My father was an attorney and then deputy director of the Legal Assistance Foundation of Chicago, and spent his whole life helping poor people who didn't have access to legal aid, representing them, going against the people who would try to take advantage of poor people, all the payday loan places. And so like there's a very special place in my heart for nonprofits, and the fact that you're working and helping this and fighting the good fight is important. So thank you. Okay, we're gonna raid Zwar. JT, I love you. I'm so happy that you were here. DCI, you said what a switch. Yeah, I always come out intense, and then we calm things down. We calm things down and we do the meditation, and that's just. And Victor, so yeah, that's how I keep it real. I show people that you can be an intense dude in the external world and, do all the stuff you're normally going to do. And then you can, not have a heart attack because you can calm down and feel love and light in your life. And then you can share that with people and be a source of inspiration and kindness to others. That's part of the stream. That's what I do. You get a lot of meditation and yoga streamers that always talk like this. And you should always be like this. And it's not real. That's not real. So when I'm very big into authenticity and genuineness, and everyone has days where they're riled up and they get intense or they get excited and or they lose their cool. And I want to show you that. And I also want to show you that you can be in that state and recompose yourself, and you can find your center, so that you don't have a heart attack when you're 30 years old, right? So that you can live a high quality of life and still do the exhilarating things you want to do in life. Okay, so we're rating Zwar. Thank you again so much. Peace be with all of you, And at the end of the day, my metaphysics is very simple. Just be kind to the people around you. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Be a loving, kind human being. Namaste.